If reapportionment leads to significant changes in legislative representation of population-based interests, including urban and rural blocks or Republican and Democratic delegations, it may also contribute to alterations in the usual patterns of legislative conflict. In the absence of major shifts legislative representation following reapportionment, there is little reason to expect changes in legislative conflict, which can be attributed to reapportionment. Every 10 years, state legislators redraw the boundaries of congressional and legislative districts. Redistricting is supposed to reflect changes in population and ensure that everyone is fairly represented, but politicians draw districts to give themselves and their party an unfair advantage. Common Cause believe voters should choose their representatives, not the other way around. We're working to create better ways to draw districts that fairly represent your state's communities, whether that is independent commissions, non-partisan staff, or clear constitutional rules for how lines should be drawn. Voter turnout is the percentage of eligible voters Voter turnout is the percentage of eligible voters who can cast a ballot in an election. Who is eligible and varies in country and should not be confused with the total adult population. For example, some countries discriminate based on sex, race, and/or religion. Age and citizenship are usually among the criteria. After increasing up for many decades, there has been a trend of decreasing voter turnout in most established democracies since the 1960s. In general, low turnout may be due to disenchantment, indifference, or containment law. Low turnout is often considered to be undesirable, and there is much debate over the factors that affect turnout and increase. In spite of significant study into the issue, scholars are divided on reasons for the decline. Its cause has been attributed to a wide array of economic, demographic, cultural, technological, and institutional factors. There have been many efforts to increase turnout and encourage voting. Different countries have very different voter turnouts. For example, in the United States 2008 presidential election turnout was 61%. In Belgium, it has compulsory voting, and Malta, which is not. Participation reaches 95%. These differences are caused by a mix of cultural and institutional factors.